Hello and welcome to another episode of Truly Bedrock with me, Mr. Beardstone. Last episode we built up this amazing storage room, which is actually now fully filtering all the items you see behind me, which is marvellous. We also met up with Tizz and we built this iron farm, which has been working fantastically. That's actually what enabled us to build our storage room in the end, because we needed a lot of hoppers, and that's still producing lots and lots of iron, so that's going to mean we're going to have all the anvils we could possibly want for our tramline in the city. Speaking of which, we have actually expanded the roads here. So I've started on the road that's going to go this way to our viewpoint, and we've got the curve on that road there finished off, ready to plonk a couple more buildings down in this area here. But that's not something we're going to be working on today. And also between episodes we got ourselves a shiny new wagon, which I have been using to transport all of our goods up to the storage area, of course, because that's what wagons are used for, right? But the reason we've got this wagon actually ties into the CCTV we set up at the end of last episode, trying to work out who it was camping over at our skeleton spawner. Hello, what's this then? What the? Why is there a logo on my screen? Now that we know that there is actually someone here, I think what we need to do is try and trap them, because they weren't owning up to actually having this. So at the end of the CCTV, they went into here. So is this... Okay, so we could actually just rig up something very simple right here. The trap is set. Now we just play the waiting game. Oh, there he is. We've caught someone.
There's somebody over there.
Aha!
I can't squat.
Aha! It worked. You, sir.
What worked?
Well, I've been trying to figure out whose camp this is. Who are you? I've never seen you before.
Who are you? I've never seen you before. Wait a minute. You've, sir, you have, there's something wrong with that thing in your hand. It's messing with your eye.
Oh, no. That's not the fault of the spyglass. That's, there's a pesky fox around here. He was sleeping in my bed and gave me pink eye. It's,
There we go. I'm about as far back from you as I can get.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be kind. I'll give you a bit of distance. But I mean, hi.
Hello.
I came over here to use my farm, and I discovered someone camping on my land. So I just kind of wanted to find out who it was, since no one owned up to it.
Uh-oh. This is your land?
Well, kinda.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I've got a farm over there. It's hidden in the mound. There's a skeleton grinder, basically. But I was actually coming over.
It's not hidden very well. I found it. Just saying.
I mean, to be fair, I have covered the top of it in torches. It's a bit of a giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, I was actually just coming over here to empty out the chest, because I don't need it anymore. I have another farm. So.
Ooh.
I mean, I have no idea who you are or how you got here, but hi, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wait. So you said this is kind of your land. Could we kind of broker a deal?
I think we kind of can. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll let you out. I'll kind of feel a little bit bad for trapping you now. It's not a nice thing to do to new people.
Well, it's okay. I'm not new people. I'm new pig.
Oh yeah. Sorry. My mistake. Are you any relation?
Now we're stuck.
Are you any relation to Silent at all? Have you met Silent Whisperer?
Yeah, well, hang on. Let me... can you stay right there for 1 second? Just 1 second. I need to walk over here.
This is concerning.
Now, I don't know if the computer remembers before the crash, if the AI characters remember what was going on. We're going to have to play this coy, okay? We're going to play...
What's he talking about?
Let the AI know, like we did last time, that we know it's AI, okay? We're just going to play along.
What is he even on about?
Okay. No, I'm not related to Silent Whisperer at all.
Okay, you just look like a much healthier version of him.
Oh. Yeah, he eats too much junk food. I'm more the organic pig.
Okay, fair enough. With the wild camping and everything as well.
Yeah. Country pig, city pig. You can see the difference.
Yeah, definitely. There's no denying it. There's no denying it. I'll tell you what, I mean, you've set up such a beautiful campsite here, I must say. I'm absolutely in love with this little wagon you've got here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it came at a good price. Real cheap.
It is absolutely amazing. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we could do, right? Mm-hmm. So, I was going to abandon the farm anyway.
Okay.
But seeing as how it looks like I can now, get something out of it. How about you let me take that wagon, and you can do what you want.
Uh-oh. Well, let's see here. Let me look. I think all my deliveries have been made. Let me do that. Let me unload the rest of this stuff, and then you can have the wagon. How does that sound?
Amazing. Yeah, obviously I don't want the goods on it. I love this wagon. I feel like it's something that needs to kind of be in my life. I've got a donkey, Melvin Jr., and right. I think if he had a little wagon like this to pull, he'll be the happiest donkey in the world.
Well, I don't know that a donkey... You know what? Yes. A wagon for this whole plot. How about that? And the farm. The farm stays.
Okay, yeah, that seems fair. There's actually something else as well.
What's that?
Follow me. Not into the lava. Don't follow me into the lava. That's a terrible idea.
I don't know what I'll use these for, but you know what? I'm down. Now, is there paperwork involved? Do we have to pay for some kind of architecture thing to come out and site the land or anything like that? Or is this just free and clear?
Yeah, it's probably best we don't do that. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it's fine. We can just do, a handshake and a howdy doody. It's been lovely to meet you, sort of thing.
No handshakes. I don't want what you got, but I tell you what, we're just, I'll trust your word. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I mean, a wagon for some land sounds like a bargain to me.
Yeah, I might go in the wagon business at this.
So no idea where he came from, but thanks to that meeting with the Pigglesworth, we now have an amazing wagon, and we don't need to worry about that skeleton spawner anymore. But Piggy seems like a wonderful swine, and I am interested to see what he's going to be getting up to. But that's enough about the past, let's talk about what we're going to be doing today, and that's actually going to bring us back into this building over here, which is of course our main storage room, and yeah, ignore this corridor does need a bit of work, let's quickly jump in there, and this floor here is going to be the focus at the start of the episode here. So we're actually going to be putting a nice and simple farm in here. We're going to be farming lava and we're going to be farming dripstone, and that means this is pretty much going to be a dripstone heavy room, and the problem with that is I don't have a lot of dripstone. I've got enough spiky bits to, try and get some more spiky bits, but that's going to take a lot of time. So right at the start of this episode, I do want to get that set up, so that hopefully, as the episode goes on, we can build up the amount of dripstone spikes we have, because I'm actually going to need them for the floor above, because we're making a brand new farm. And just to clarify, by brand new, I mean brand new to me, I stumbled across a bit of a mechanic, and I think I can turn it to my advantage. I'm hoping it's going to work, and I'm probably not the first one to do it either. But it is something that's only been possible in 1.17, and it is thanks to dripstone. And hopefully, this could be our first moneymaker. But first things first, we need to come down to our storage room, and we need to grab some bits and bobs for the planning. And by planning, I do of course mean getting carried away and designing the entire room. But as you can see, I just don't have enough dripstone. This didn't really seem interesting enough to do time-lapse or anything funky like that on, so I just cracked on, got the build done, didn't take too long, and, well, now we just need to wait for dripstone. Lots of these spiky bits, this is what we need. So over the last hour or so, I've been doing a combination of coming back here and, expanding how much dripstone we've actually got on the ceiling from what has grown, and I've been going over to the trading hall to get some quartz, because once again, obviously, we have used quartz all over the floor here, because that is the theme for the building, and we're going to need more for the next floor up as well, which will take us on to our next project. But before we can crack on with our next project, there's a few other things we need to do. The main one, of course, is to wait for more dripstone to grow. There we go, much more dripstone. I did cheat a little bit at the start, and we did actually do a little trade with Foxy, and he gave us a few stacks for some shulker shells, which did actually enable us to fill up the entire ceiling, and of course put these ones here above the lava. I then went AFK, all night, and this is what I've woken up to, which is quite nice. That's a lot of dripstone, and that means we've probably got enough to do our project upstairs. But that's not all I've been doing, because I've also been brewing up some potions. In fact, what I've done is I've brewed up one of every potion that I'm going to want for upstairs, because we're going to be making an infinite potion machine, which isn't, well, it's kind of half a machine, half not, but utilising the dripstone and some water. So by having dripstone set up like this, that will actually drip water down into a cauldron, and if that cauldron has a potion in it, it will generate more and more of that potion, which means we only need to brew each potion once, and we get the rest for free. Although obviously it will take a little bit of time, which means we need to dedicate an entire floor to cauldrons and dripping and potions. Before we get to that, however, the other side to this room is of course lava, and this is for our furnace. And I mean, it's very handy having this much lava and instant fuel when we need it. However, it's a little bit far away from the furnace itself. So I think what I'm going to do is see if it's possible for me to maybe link up something that runs down the outside of the building. We could have a glass tube, or I don't know, just something that connects this to the furnace so we can auto feed the fueling area down there. But I need to figure out where the actual furnace comes out the back here. So let's see what we can do. And there's a skeleton horse. How marvellous, he's trying to use the subway. So ideally we'd want the fuel coming down into either this hopper or barrel, ideally the barrel, but I don't think we're going to get away with that because, yes, we've already got hoppers there. So the best we're going to be able to do is actually to feed some directly into this chest here. So if we were to take out this bit here, we should have space. Look at that, straight out the back. Excellent. So if we were to set up a hopper to push directly into that, we could put a chest or something here, possibly even a double chest with a hopper pointing into that. It means we've got lots of space to store additional lava. In fact, we might want a few double chests. I don't know how much we're going to be able to get away with here. So that's the journey that the lava buckets are going to be taking. I think a combination of a glass tube going into something a bit more solid down here. Maybe we could stick another sort of square thing on the back of the building that we store all the lava in. That's going to work quite well and give us all the lava we could ever possibly want, which combined with our iron farm, meaning we get infinite buckets, means we've solved that fuel problem once and for all. We do of course still have the kelp as a backup, which is a nice to have and is actually quite useful in the other furnaces, the sort of smaller smelters and smokers and things like that. So let's quickly get to work solving all of our fuel needs, shall we? And just like that, the system works. I can drop buckets in the top there, they go down this glass tube into the box, which is where the storage is, and away we go. However, that looks absolutely horrific, so we're going to need to do some things to make this look a little bit nicer, but for now I'm just happy that it's working, and we've got a lot of lava ready to harvest. So now all we need to do is come along here and pick up all the lava we could possibly want, and then drop it down into this little tube over here, and I've got to stop setting myself on fire. Maybe I should put a puddle here for that as well. There we go, fire's gone, and I can just lob these in here, and they're just going to go drop down and go directly into our fuel system. So let's quickly empty all of the ones we've got up here at the moment, and then we'll go see how it's looking. So we've emptied all the cauldrons, and yep, they've all come down here, which is absolutely perfect, and it should be backing up in the hoppers on the chest behind there as well. And all in all, that's going to keep us going for quite a while. And the good thing is we do of course get the buckets back as well, so we can just keep cycling those same buckets around when we need fuel, and we no longer need to worry about this. And every time we use it, obviously it's going to go put fuel into the furnaces, but when we stop it, it's going to refill from these hoppers, so we shouldn't really need to manually refill this at all anymore. And there we go, we can see it all refilling from the backup. This is absolutely perfect. With that done and everything we need in hand, it's time to come up to the next floor and probably get this filled in so we don't fall into a pool of lava. We certainly don't want that. And then we can probably make a start on our infinite potion brewers up here. And I've got a rough idea of how we're going to lay this out. Each individual brewer is only about 4 blocks long and a couple of blocks high, so they're quite small, and they also have a lovely little indicator light on, so I know when it's a good time to go along and harvest them. So I guess it's time to put these to work. Quick interruption on the time-lapse here to show you what it is we're actually making. So we've got a line of cauldrons across here. The barrels are of course for storing the potions in once we've made them, and we've got a light at the bottom here. So the way this works is we just have comparators that are reading the contents of the cauldron. Once it's full, it gives out a signal strength of 3. That will then power the block below the light and light it up, so I know which ones I can grab a couple of potions from. As long as I only grab 2 each time and leave the last one in there, it will keep regenerating. And that's because above this block here we have water, and we will be putting dripstone in here. I don't want to put it in just yet though, because I haven't quite worked out what potions I'm putting where, and I don't want these to fill up with water in the meantime. So I'm just going to leave those for now, and we've still got another section to put in here that's going to be a mirror of that, and we might even be able to squeeze in a few more over there. So lots to be getting on with. That's enough of that, you get the idea. There's more of the same happening, and the room is now complete. Would you look at that? Although, when I say complete, I still haven't got the dripstone in, and I still haven't put the signs on to indicate which potions are in which cauldron, because I haven't actually decided which I'm going to put where yet, apart from a few, because things like water breathing, slow falling, as well as night vision and fire res, I know that they're going to probably be in higher demand than most of the others, so I've kind of dedicated these little side nooks to them, basically. So there's going to be 8 fire res and 8 night vision, 8 of the water breathing, and only 5 of the slow falling, but, you know, not as popular as the others, so that's probably going to be absolutely fine. But in total, we have 68 cauldrons in this room, which means we're going to have lots of potions brewing at any one time. I just need to figure out where they're going to go. So there's certain ones like Swiftness 2 and Swiftness Plus. They're kind of, obviously they're similar, but this one is stronger because, well, you go a little bit faster, but it doesn't last as long, whereas this one does last a while. So I do have most of the variants in here. I haven't kept the sort of basic versions of them. I've just got the versions where you add either redstone or glowstone or whatever you might need. But some of them I'm only going to want one cauldron for because they're probably not going to be particularly big sellers. So I think I'm going to figure out which ones those are first, and then I'm going to double up and triple up on some of the other ones, probably round the other side. So let's get to work figuring out what's going to go where, and finally get this thing producing us some potions. A few moments later, and I think I've got this all figured out. So most of the potions we've actually got 2 cauldrons dedicated to, with a few extra dedicated to weakness, because people are using weakness arrows to cure their zombie villagers, and I can also just dip arrows in these cauldrons to get what I need. So that's definitely something I figured we should do. But yeah, most of them, we've just got 2 cauldrons dedicated to them. The ones that don't quite have the... Did you see that? So this one is now ready. That means it's full to the brim, and I can take 2 slowness potions out of there. The first one of which I'm going to put there, right next to it, so that I can duplicate how much I'm generating. And the next one I can take, and as you see, there's still a bit more in there. And we have now got essentially 3 slowness potions out of the one we originally put in there. And that's simply how this works. And look, the strength one's done as well. So as soon as these lights come on, we know that we're ready to go take those potions, and we can start loading up the barrels and filling up the rest of these slots. I've been running around like a madman, but they are all now producing from every single cauldron, and as you can see, we've already got some full ones. This is producing a lot quicker than I thought. I could literally just stay up here continuously and harvest these potions. Look how quick they're refilling. That is absolutely crazy. However, I've been waiting all day for a certain Mr. Tizz to go offline, because, well, I think it's about time for some sweet, sweet vengeance of the poop variety. Excellent. Maybe this will teach Tizz a little bit of a lesson about poop. I think we should probably leave before he comes back, so let's get out of here. And with that done, sadly that's all we've got time for in today's episode. If you have made it this far though, thank you very much for sticking around. It is much appreciated, and I will catch you on the next episode of Truly Bedrock. Bye bye now.